the happiness salary. There has been an experiment that identifies the optimal salary to have optimum happiness in your income. So this is a super interesting experiment. I found it amazing because actually the higher your money goes, it does not make you more happy. It actually usually comes with more stress that actually makes you less happy. But there is an optimal salary to make you happy. So it's a curve. It's a curve in the experiment. The curve is if you are on the minimum wage, you are quite unhappy. You're down here. Let's say you're here. And if your salary increases up to the optimal salary price, you're up here. But if you start earning more, your happiness tends to dip down here. So what is the optimum salary for happiness? I'm not going to delay any longer. The optimal salary for happiness is $70,000 per year. If you're not from America, do a quick Google search, USD into your currency, and see what that looks like in your currency. But that is the optimal salary. I've got a great story behind this, and I think actually it ties into the spirituality of financial planning, financial independence. And I knew this salary happiness number. I knew this experiment a long time ago. And I wrote down at that time, in a piece of paper that I wanted to make that happiness salary. To me, it was a target. Let's go for it. If I'm more happy earning this money, let's go for it. Let's try and achieve that happiness. I did not know how I was going to get there, but I wrote down that number in a book with a piece of paper, and I said it out loud. I said, I will earn this amount of money. I will earn $70,000 converted into pounds. I will earn £70,000 within 5 years. I had no idea how I was ever going to do that. I was making just below minimum wage at the time. I had no path to it. I didn't create a course. I wasn't on YouTube. I wasn't doing any of this. I was just working in a role that was just above minimum wage. Well, out of nowhere, within 3 years, I was making that salary. I was happy. I was making that salary, and I understood I was happier than I was making the minimum wage. I was definitely more secure and gave me more options to be able to do what I wanted to do. But within 3 years, I reached that target. I made £70,000 in 1 year. That blew my mind. And actually, when I reached that target, I forgot that I did write this down in a book, and that was my goal. But a few years later, I found the book and I saw it. And I even wrote the date of when I wrote this target down and the target date of within 5 years. And I saw that and I looked at it and I was astounded. I remembered at the time that I did not have a path. I did not know how I was going to do this, but I did it. And that is the power of the universe. Now, you could say that the universe gave me this because I wrote it down. I said I was going to get it. You could say it's the universe. You could say it was a mentality shift. I wrote it down, so I changed. My life changed. I became the person that was capable of doing that was capable of reaching that salary. However that goes, the outcome is still the same. Does it really matter whether it was the universe or me changing? It doesn't matter because the outcome is the same. But I found that quite unusual, and that was something that solidified my spirituality in this world with the universe and how it can affect you. So that's my story around the financial happiness salary and the experiment that it brought, and how I tied that in with the universe and setting my goals and reaching those objectives. So why don't you give it a try as well? Try and get to that financial happiness salary and see how you feel when you get there.